Oh, uh, hey there, Internet. This is a video on Lioden, which is a browser-based game. Um, I think it's cool. You can collect pretty lions and lionesses, have them fight each other, sort of, and breed them, which is kind of the entire game, but really simplified. There is a lot that goes into this for a browser game. Um, I guess it's kind of similar to Neopets, and there are definitely a lot of other creators out there. Well, maybe not a lot. There's not a lot of videos online I've seen, but there are a couple in particular that are pretty good that you should definitely check out for more in-depth content because they've been playing longer. I just started. This is a week into the game for me, maybe a couple days after a week. Either way, super new. Um, as you can see, I've not had my daily rollover yet. It is currently 2:30 in the morning in real life and in Lioden time. Um, that's the funny thing about Lioden is every real life day is a month in game, which is how time progresses. So it can take a long time for goals of yours to come to pass, so to speak. And of course, you can talk to other players through the chat box and through clans, which help people get a hold of each other for stuff like studying and breeding and trading and gifting and all the really cool, fun things about this game. I hate talking to people. I am such a social introvert. It is not even funny. My anxiety is so high all the time when I try to talk to players. So I don't do that too much. But it is a super cool feature, and a lot of people seem like they've made a lot of friends from what I've been seeing. Um, has that stopped me from claiming giveaways and such like? No, I love the pretty lights. Um, but putting that out there for those of us who are also otherwise socially introverted, even on the internet, a place of relative safety. Um, there is a big social element. Do you have to talk to people? Absolutely not. And that is the brilliant part. You can just minimize that chat box or lurk forever and just watch other people talk, or other people ask the questions that you're too scared to, and you can get your answers anyway, which I think is brilliant. Um, anyway, I'm gonna start my day on here with my main account, because you can have a main account and a sub account, which is awesome, again. But I'll start with my main man, whose name is Slate Sand. Um, yeah, it doesn't take very long to roll over. Yeah, it'll only take like a minute usually. You can see that I've got a message in my inbox. Sometimes it'll give you a summary. Oh, two of my cubs have had accidents, it looks like. These are the first messages I've gotten from this, because usually all my cubs are protected by other lionesses, but a couple of them are not right now. They can flat out die in this from what I've seen from other people, which is kind of terrifying. So if you have cubs that you really want to like save and keep, you want them to be protected. These ones, they aren't. This one's named Cell, and this one's just Cub. Because I don't care about them that much, which sounds kind of bad, but you it's fine. They're fine. They're totally fine. Um, this is my den for right now. I've got some Pokemon in here, which is awesome. Somebody I found this on somebody else's page. Somebody else's den had some Pokemon guys in here, and you just click the link and it'll take you to a place you can get them. I've got daily things for me to remember as a new player, and there are more things than that, but you know, bare minimum stuff, I guess. I really want to figure out how to do CSS and a little bit of coding so I can have a pretty den because there are people who have such pretty backgrounds and images and fonts on their text and everything else, and it looks so awesome. But anyway, I don't know how to do CSS, so either I have to commission somebody, and there are people on here who will take commissions for that for in-game currency, which is awesome, or I can try to figure it out myself. So we're gonna try to figure it out first, and if I can't, then I'm definitely gonna commission somebody because it is so cool. Um, but anyway, I have a breeding agenda for eventual stuff to get, and some of it is like kind of out there, honestly. Like the primals, the Jaglion, Tigons, like those are so hard to get. They're really rare to breed yourself because you have to use a bunch of different options and a lot of different um how do you say, like, I can't remember. It's okay. English is my first language, but I still can't remember how to say it. Um why can't I remember? Whatever. Whatever. It's just hard. They're rare. They're hard. They're really expensive in game. Um, with the currency that we have, which is this stuff up here, called silver beetles and gold beetles. You can buy gold beetles with real life money, um, but you don't have to do that. I would recommend not doing that because it, I mean, you do you. I spent real money on this because there ain't no way as a noob player that I would have this many gold beetles yet. And the silver beetles are relatively easy to get, but also not at the same time. Yeah, there are people out there who have a bajillion silver beetles, or SB as they're also called, and have like 3 gold beetles. Um, and that's just how it is. That's in-game currency, I guess. It just works. This is my guy. This is his little image and the overview of my pride as it is at the moment. Um, Slate Sand is his actual name. Ill Natured is just his title right now. That has to do with karma, which you can be either good or evil or neutral, essentially. So this character is evil right now. My side account is a good guy, but this guy's evil. I wanted to see the different sides of things and how they worked for myself rather than just watching everybody else. Although I'm gonna watch everybody else as well. A branch is like your own little store. So if you go there, you can see what you have put up for sale, and you can take stuff from your hoard and put it up, from what I understand. Um, I have had people buy things, which is cool, but it is slow because not everybody who's online will be looking for stuff. And even though there is quite a few people, like there's still less than 500,000 people who play this game, right? Um, so it's not crazy that you're not gonna sell stuff every day. And for people like me who are used to faster paced games, it can be a little hard. But I still think the artwork is cute and I like cats. So, this is where we're at. I think I'm doing pretty good though. The only thing I'm like worried about is when some of my cubs age up into lionesses because I only have 26 like slots for lionesses and I already have 22 in this pride. So I'm gonna have to watch that and maybe get more territory soon. And again, it's only been a week and I have 26 territory slots. You start out with 2. So I'm doing alright, but like I gotta slow down. I think I need to focus more on the monthly event that's going on, which is a Halloween October themed one. Here, rabies and nightmares, and it has, well, it has rabies, right? And then it has um scary Halloween themed stuff like zombie creatures and like flat out horrors to fight against, which is really cool. Again, the art for all of it is fantastic. Can't say that enough to the devs of the game. Um, and then there's a couple different things. There's a storyline that's associated with it between heaven and hell, of all things, which I guess makes sense. Like, Halloween is, between in real life is when the veil gets thin and all that between um, our world and the underworld, etc., etc. But it's still really interesting. You can go here and you can see in on this lion, this pride, because you're playing as your main king, your main lion. Uh, he can see like which group you associate with. So in this one, he picked Hell to be his people that he's talking to this month, I guess. His group he's aligning with, and you can take quests from these groups. There's two other groups. There's the neutral group and then the angel group, which is usually good people, yeah. But you choose which one. You don't have to do one if you're evil or not. Um, but here, lose 100 karma. So I have until tomorrow at 2:07 a.m. when the day rolls over to lose 100 karma and become even more evil. Um, and then I will rank up my reputation, I think, because I can't continue the storyline until I do, I think, from what it looks like. That should be easier than the other quests he gave me. I couldn't fight like 15 people and win yesterday, for example, so I didn't get to get any more reputation, which kind of sucks. Um, but these shops, there are three different shops. There's the Hell, Heaven, and Manticore shop. Manticore is the neutral group, and it's really cool. Honestly, all the art is fantastic again. And I love October and Halloween, so this is right up my alley. And I'm really glad I joined at this time. Although I'm really behind, I think, on the event currency is what it's called. There are three different kinds this month. One of them are Nephilim feathers. One of them are demonic scales, and then the other one is blood beetles, which you can see over on the right side. Um, and you have to do a lot of stuff and explore um, to get them. And I cannot, like, I don't understand. Some people get 200 blood beetles a day. Like they're getting 20 something Nephilim feathers a day. Like, I don't understand how they're doing that, but again, I've only just started. Um, anyway, they're good at what they do, I guess. Uh, so if I go to explore, I can choose one of these three spots that I've unlocked. These red spots I've not. They're scary areas, can't go there. But you go and you explore, you know? Like this, I can get in a fight, and if I win, I will get, I think, blood beetles, like two blood beetles and a Nephilim feather. But you can see at the top there that he's stronger than me by a little bit. So I don't know if I'll win or not. Sometimes I win the ones that are a little bit stronger, but not usually. And it has to do with, I think, partially the AI and partially how you handle it. Yeah. I almost, but not quite. Oh, and then I'm sure for people who have played this before, you know what the your energy bar and all that is, but on the right side there is under your king's name, so Slate Land here, there's energy, hunger, experience, and impression, and your level and all that. But once your energy bar runs out, you can't explore until it refills, or at least until you gain a little bit, and it goes up by 10%, I think, every 15 minutes if your hunger is, like if you're not hungry. So Slate Sand is 20% right now, so I could go feed him, and it might drain a little faster. If it goes below half, I think it might not be half. It might be lower than that. But anyway, there's a point where you have to feed your king something, or he won't regain energy anymore. So you won't be able to explore, and you won't be able to, do the monthly events, which are all month long, as far as I understand, which I think is so cool. I wish other games would do that. But anyway, once I'm out of energy, I won't be able to explore anymore. Um, Also, your king can't die if you starve him. Like he won't be able to regain energy, which is nice, I guess. It's not great to starve your guy, but um, and down here is, well, in my den anyway, is my player name, whatever, I don't care. And then unsorted lions, if you don't have them in a spot, versus pregnant lions, and whether they're nested or not. So these are all the ladies that are nested. You can see by that symbol. Um, and I don't have any that are unnested right now. And here you see one lady that has been featured. That one's the lame back. Most of the lionesses, all of the lionesses I have are not from my own breeding. I either adopted them or were where I got them from giveaways. Um, and this is one of them. So I adopted her. I actually bought her with in-game currency. I regret nothing. She's gorgeous. But a lot of these other ones, if they're not cubs here, like those I bred, but the lionesses themselves, the adult ladies, they're not. They weren't born to me. Their cubs were. Um, yeah, some of them are really cool. Some of them aren't. This one's pretty. It's got a mutation for a fluffy mane, even though it is a female, which is cool. I don't know. I've got a lot of people and a lot more cubs. I'll have to do something about it. I don't know. Anyway, this is Lioden, and there are other things I could do, but I don't know. Like I need to feed everybody and I need to play with everybody, so you know, it'll take a while to do that. Um, oh, I guess I could do what? I could see if I get any. I did do that, right? Yeah. So in the games, there are things you can do like once every rollover. So I've already signed up for the Silver Beetle raffle today, and it goes off at 4 a.m. This one, I didn't win, and that's like, and you can pay to do more, but meh. Bowel Ball. You gain stats regardless of whether you win or not, which is awesome. And I didn't win either time, but I still get 2 stats, which is cool. Um, Stats are, yes, reset my form. Oh, no, they're not. Stats are for whether like how strong your king is, essentially. My guy is level 7, but he's only 132 stat level, which is actually very low comparatively to other kings that I've seen people. I think the top one of the top people on the leaderboard today or this week or whatever has over 12,000 stats, which is insane because you start like this with a little guy who only has 132 at level 7. Um, yeah. Anyway, that person's insane. Uh, really impressive though. But yeah, this has been Lioden, and I will probably do another video on it sometime. Maybe when I replace my king or my side king. I think he's got rabies right now, so you can see what that looks like. Um, but besides that, um, yeah, I mean, I'll probably do another one. I'll probably switch out Aiken here first because I don't like him as much, even though I gave him a couple markings. One of them you can see really well, which is this dark red one here, but the other one you can't. It's like, because it's under his other one that he naturally had, but he was also one of the old kings, the ones you get just at the beginning of the game. Both of them were. Um, so he also only has like 130 stats, and he's level 7. Um, and he's slightly less impressive than Slate Sand, um, because he's less impressive. I don't know. I don't like him very much. Uh, that's right though. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do something else now. Signing off. Thank you. Good night.